أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا حبيبنا محمدا عبده ورسوله أرسله بالحق بشيرا ونذيرا وداعيا إلى الله بإذنه وسراجا منيرا أما بعد. My brothers and sisters, I hope you're well and more than well, because Allah has blessed us with the glorious weather that we all have been craving for. Some of you have been thinking about going abroad. You don't have to go abroad. You've got it here, alhamdulillah. The sun is very beautifully baking our world. In the Quran, Allah says, وَنَفْسٍ وَمَا سَوَّاهَا فَأَلْهَمَهَا فُجُورَهَا وَتَقْوَاهَا قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ زَكَّاهَا وَقَدْ خَابَ مَنْ دَسَّاهَا. My brothers and sisters, I've recited from Surah Al-Shams, 4 verses only. وَنَفْسِ وَمَا سَوَّاهَا, and by the soul and the one who made it well. فَأَلْهَمَهَا فُجُورَهَا وَتَقْوَاهَا, then inspired with it instinct of evil and good. قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ زَكَّاهَا, success is really attained by the one who purifies it. وَقَدْ خَابَ مَنْ دَسَّاهَا, and failure is really suffered by him who pollutes it. Very powerful reminder for myself and for all of us. Allah says, He swears in the name of our soul. وَنَفْسٍ وَمَا سَوَّاهَا, and by the soul and the one who made it well. Allah is swearing by His own name, and He is swearing by the soul that He made. He Azza wa Jal tells us in the Quran, يَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الرُّوحِ, they question you about the soul. Tell them, the true knowledge of the soul is with Allah. So you will never understand the nature, the consistency, the makeup of the soul. You can't. Ruh, it is something that is beyond human perception. It is beyond material recognition. It is beyond tangible perception. It is part of ilm al-ghayb, the knowledge of the unseen that you and I have no knowledge of, except we have to believe in the unseen. Soul is that which keeps us alive. When a person dies and the soul leaves them, the person is dead. And Rasulullah said in a hadith that when a person dies, the dying follows the soul. So often we see the dying rolling their eyes and looking back, often rolling their eyes. Actually, it's not rolling their eyes. They're looking at the soul. As the soul is departing, they're looking up. Ya Ruh, where are you going? Literally. You have no capacity to stop it. You have no power to do anything about it. You can only say, Ruh, where are you going? Why are you leaving me here? That's all you can do. But even that perception is disappeared at the moment of death because Ruh has left. Your intellect no longer functions. Your brain no longer can do anything in your body. Your organs have shut down. Any involuntary responses, involuntary reflexes are totally involuntary. The heart pumps away because heart has been accustomed to pumping you and your body and the blood contained within your body for the last 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, as many years as Allah had allowed you to live. So heart will continuously pump until there is no more electric powering the pump, which is the heart. And when the electricity is gone, when the power has disappeared and involuntary reflexes have disappeared, it will stop pumping. The body will stop. Every organ in your body will shut down. Your eyes will no longer see. even though you can look at the eyes of the deceased staring back at you blank. Ears are still visible, but the auditory system is shut down. They can't hear anything anymore. The skin is still alive in the sense that you can still touch it, but it is dead because the ruh has left. You can pinch it, you can scratch it, you can cut it open. There will be no feeling for the person who has passed away. You can take an organ out of the deceased. The deceased's body will not feel anything. It's called the departure of the ruh. It's called the departure of the ruh. When you feed your brain with intellect, with knowledge, your brain develops. You become intelligent person. When you feed your body with food, your body becomes stronger. You don't feed your body with food for long enough, your body will die. You don't feed your brain with enough knowledge or intellectual stuff, you will start suffering from dementia pretty soon. It is said, when you stop engaging with reading and writing and intellectual discourse, the sooner you stop, you are accelerating your process of dementia. In other words, the brain that has been made by Allah to capture information, to process information, when you stop capturing new information, when you stop processing new information, it's no longer regenerating itself. Therefore, what does it do? It degenerates rather than regenerates. And when it degenerates, it becomes vegetative state. And when it becomes a state of vegetable, what happens is you have no longer any memory left. It's gone, finished. We call that dementia. I've seen my father suffer dementia and pass away right in front of us. We've seen many of our elderly get to that age, because there comes a time in age when you can no longer do any of this. I'm giving you a preamble to my talk today. These are all introduction. So brain dies when you don't give it intellectual food. Body withers away when you don't feed it anymore. What do you feed your soul? Soul is an integral part of your being. You're alive because of your soul. What do you feed your soul? Oh, brother, since I can't feel the soul, since I can't see the soul, I don't even know if it exists. And why does my soul need food? Yes, my body exists, physical body needs food, but my brain, which is also physical, needs food. Soul isn't physical, so why should it need food? Well, misconception, completely wrong. If your soul is going to survive in your body, it needs food, and that food is not from you. You can't feed that food by yourself. Our soul's food is our prayers, 5 daily prayers. Our soul's food is charity that we give in serving other humanity. Our soul's food, my brothers and sisters, is when we are beneficial to others around us. Our soul's food is when we remember Allah. Ala bi dhikrillahi tatma'innul qulub. When we keep on remembering Allah, our heart finds contentment, and when our heart finds contentment, our soul is at ease and comfortable. Our soul has been fed well. Ala bi dhikrillahi tatma'innul qulub. Allah reminds us in the Quran, when you remember Allah, your soul finds, your heart finds contentment, your body finds contentment, your heart provides a space in which the soul becomes content. What do you feed your soul? So Allah is saying in the Quran, in the name of Allah, the one who made the soul the way it should be, in the perfect manner it should be. Allah is the one who's swearing by His own creation called soul. He's also swearing by His own self, in His own name. He says, وَنَفْسٍ وَمَا سَوَّاهَا. And He, the one who made the soul, and the one who is the creator of the soul, in His name, فَأَلْهَمَهَا فُجُورَهَا وَتَقْوَاهَا. The soul that has been made, which has got the capacity to do right and capacity to do wrong. In other words, inside you and I, we have the abilities to do right and abilities to do wrong. Let me give you an example of how we have the abilities to do right and abilities to do wrong. Before you even do them, you have the conscious awakening, you have the conscious response of right and wrong. An example. You're going along the road and you're doing 50 miles an hour on a 30-mile zone. You're driving and you're doing 50 miles an hour on a 30-mile zone. Are you driving relaxed? No. Is there any human being who would be driving on a 50-mile, with a car 30-mile zone, 50 miles an hour, not relaxed? Of course they won't be relaxed, because they'll be worried, where is the camera? Where is the police officer? Even if they don't care about that, they're still thinking about the accident. If I hit somebody, that person is definitely going to be dead. You know that already. How do you know this? Your conscience is telling you, hey, slow down. But you're ignoring your conscience. فَأَلْهَمَهَا فُجُورَهَا وَتَقْوَاهَا. It has innate ability to do right. What is the innate ability? The mind is telling you, the soul is telling you, hey, do the right thing. Don't speed up. Another example. You go into the underground station, Southgate station, just around the corner, and the barrier is open. You've got your phone, you've got your bank card. Shall I tap? Shall I not tap? Shall I tap? Shall I not tap? For that 10 seconds or split seconds, your brain is telling you, don't tap, because if you don't tap today, you'll save a bit of money. That's one part of your shaitan whispering inside you. The soul that Allah has made, that has the capacity to do right, tells you, hey, go on tap. It's your duty to tap. And there is another part of your brain that says, go on tap, you get caught. What if you get caught? The capacity to do right and the capacity to do wrong is inbuilt within you. Allah is saying, فَأَلْهَمَهَا فُجُورَهَا وَتَقْوَاهَا. So you go into the underground station, imagine you did not tap. You went in. Will you be having a comfortable journey all the way? No. You'll be thinking, what if the inspector stops me? What if plainclothes officer jumps into the underground in the tube that I am? What am I going to do? Your mind is still ticking away. Imagine you have arrived on the other side and the barrier is still open. There are no inspectors. And you don't tap and you leave. As you're leaving, your mind, your soul will tell you, hey, you did not pay. Your mind, it doesn't matter how much of a criminal you are. Your mind will still tell you, hey, you did not pay. Yesterday as I was driving, this guy was driving in front of me, mashallah, fantastic car. I think Audi, latest one. He stopped the next junction and he took out a massive bag of rubbish and threw it from his window. I was livid. I was absolutely livid. So I stopped my car, pulled my handbrake, got my car to neutral. I was about to get out of my car. One young girl saw this. She crossed over the road, picked up the rubbish and threw the rubbish at his car. He drove off. But he realized what had happened, so he started swearing at this girl. Made me even more angry. So I followed him to the next traffic light. And as he was turning right, I pulled over next to him and lowered my window, and he had lowered his window. I said, my friend, you've got a very flash car, very beautiful car. Where is your brain? He goes, what do you mean? I said, you know what you've done is wrong, threw rubbish on the floor. And that young girl who came to correct you, you swore at her. That's wrong too. Guilty face and a guilty smile. He smiled with a guilt and he drove off. فَأَلْهَمَهَا فُجُورَهَا وَتَقْوَاهَا. His mind told him you did something wrong, but his arrogance and ego told him not to acknowledge it. This constant battle between our soul and our arrogance, our soul that inclines to the good and our soul that also imbues you and I to do bad. It's that constant struggle, and that constant struggle is what we have to go through every day to be able to survive. Allah says in the Quran, فَأَلْهَمَهَا فُجُورَهَا وَتَقْوَاهَا. Subhanallah. قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ زَكَّاهَا. The soul that you have inside you that can inspire you to do right, the soul that you have inside you that can inspire you to do wrong, who is successful? قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ زَكَّاهَا. He is successful. She is successful. قَدْ أَفْلَحَ. Who will succeed? The one who invests in the goodness of their soul. قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ زَكَّاهَا. The one who does the good thing, the pious thing, the righteous thing, the right thing is the one who will be successful. قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ زَكَّاهَا. وَقَدْ خَابَ مَنْ دَسَّاهَا. The one who buries themselves or their conscience in the depth of darkness are the ones who will be losing. Allah Azza wa Jalla says that in the Quran. So in other words, when you don't listen to the whispers in your head, says, hey, pay. You should not avoid paying. Or, Allahu Akbar. A couple of days ago, I walked into a store and I said to the store manager, are your store assistant, are the peach sweet or are they tangy? The guy goes, try one. So I took one, I tried one. I went to the counter and I forgot to tell the counter guy that I'd already eaten one. I went home. When I went home, I took out the bag of peach and instantly my head said, hey, you ate one without paying, go back. Every human being will have that feeling. Every human being will have that feeling. If I ignore it, Allah is saying, وَقَدْ خَابَ مَنْ دَسَّاهَا. The one who has buried it is the one who has lost it. The one who ignores the whispers of their soul is the one who has allowed pollution to overtake their conscience, allowed the badness to dominate them. They're the ones who have lost. They have not succeeded. They have not succeeded. They have not succeeded. So my brothers and sisters, the message I'm giving you today is a simple one. Invest in the goodness of your soul by doing good. Invest in the goodness of your soul by doing the right thing. Invest in the goodness of your soul by regularly doing things that will connect you with Allah. Being in the company of the right people. Being in the right places at the right time. Being in good space that inspires you to become good. Read good books that make your brain want to do good. Watch good things if you're going to watch films, documentaries that will make you feel better and wanting to do better, inspire you to remember Allah. Do good, for the goodness of your soul will only be the reasons why you succeed. And those who allow their souls to be polluted by all the bad things, by ignoring the responses of their soul, will be the ones who will not be successful, will be the losers. May Allah make us successful, and may Allah prevent us from falling prey of the evil of ourselves, but invest in the goodness of ourselves. Wa akhir da'wana and alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. والصلاة والسلام على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. My brothers and sisters, you've been thinking probably, okay, we've heard him talk about the goodness of our soul and the badness of our soul. What shall we do now? Well, there are a lot to do. You know, if you have a child, every child is born innocent, Rasulullah said. Allah has confirmed this. The children are born with no sin. Do the children inherit their parents' sin? No. That's not Islamic concept, that's Christian concept. Original sin of Adam and Eve was inherited by human, nothing to do with Islam. Nobody inherits any sin. Even Adam's own son or sons did not inherit his sin. Hawa's sin was not inherited by her children. We don't. Nobody else will inherit us. I will be responsible for my own sin. A child is born sinless. If a child is left in an abusive space, that child will grow up becoming an abuser. If a child is left in a space where they witness violence every day, that child will go and become violent later on. If a child is left to play with the computer and does the gamings constantly and becomes addicted, it is very likely that this child will be destructive for their future. I know children who become addicted to things that they should not ever be watching when they're young and so innocent. And wallahi, their life is destroyed. They can't do anything in life. They're constantly distracted. They're constantly unfocused, ill-productive. They can't hold relationship because they've been exposed to haram. They've been exposed to harmful things. They've been exposed to wrong things. And that child's innocence have been destroyed. That ma'soom state of a child, the fitrah of a child has been destroyed. If you want to invest in your goodness of your soul, then expose your children to the goodness of their natural being. Give your child Quran from the day they're born. I'll give you an example. I'm teaching my child, my daughter, when she was little, I'm teaching her Quran. One day my son, my little boy at that time, he was very little, he was about 12, 13 months, or even 14 months, he's learning how to walk, be fun. You know, the childhood fun that they have, and we all wonderfully enjoy their company. I'm teaching my daughter Quran. One day my son stands on the side, and I said to my daughter, Iqra. He says, Bismi Rabbika alladhi khalaq, and he's 14 months old. I'm looking at him saying, huh? He can't even talk properly. His words are not clear. He has memorized the entire Surah Al-Alaq from beginning to the end just by listening. He's not the only one. I memorized whole of Juz Amma when I was little by listening to my father. My father said to me, when he took me to the masjid, Imam told my father, he already knows Juz Amma because I've heard my father recite every day of every minute of my early morning and evening listening to my father reading the Quran. It is said, if you expose your children while you're pregnant, our sisters, to music, and if you take alcohol, if you take narcotics, I'm not saying our sisters do, anybody who does, the child becomes comfortable by that behavior later on. Invest in the goodness of human beings by giving them the right thing from the day they're born. giving them positivity, smile, give them hugs and love. Encourage them, give them positivity rather than negativity, give them possibilities rather than always, no, I can't do, always doom and gloom. Give them exposure to the world that is big and huge, and let them be grateful to Allah because Allah has made it for them. The whole world is theirs. Let them understand and be proud that they are Muslims and Allah has made this world for them. Give them the power to be good human beings. And if you give them the power to be good human beings, what have you done? قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ زَكَّاهَا. You've invested in the goodness of that child. You've invested in the goodness of yourself. For those of you who see glass half empty, bad news for you. You're investing in the badness of your soul. Those of you who see glass half full, you're investing in the goodness of your soul. Every time an opportunity comes, take that as an opportunity rather than saying no. I really get irritated when people say no to me. No, brother, it's impossible. We can't do it. I will never say never. I will never say I can't do it. I will give it a try. I don't know how to run properly. I don't run. I hate running. When my friend said to me, let's go to marathon, I joined him and I did 26 miles. How did I? I would not say no. Let me give it a try. When we were talking about buying a masjid, when we put in a bid for the police station just around the corner and we went to 4 million, many of you complained, brother, that's too much. We can't afford it. I said, let's try. Wallahi, let's try. And we tried. We didn't succeed. And guess what? Some of you were very disappointed. Brother, we did not succeed. We put in a bid for 4 million, all the hard work. We didn't succeed. And I told you all, don't worry, something better will come, inshallah. That station, police station, Allah doesn't want it to be a masjid for Him. He doesn't want it to be a place of worship for Him because it's not a good space. So therefore, my brothers and sisters, have hope. Something better will come. And something better has come. Just around the corner from this place. For those of you who have seen, 3.5 acres of land has become available privately on sale to us. Right now we're discussing when to buy, how to buy. Inshallah, if Allah wills and if Allah's blessings and ni'mah is on us and if Allah accepts this from all of us as a masjid for Him, we say, Ya Allah, accept, Ya Rabb. For we have made the right intention only to build a house for you. If this place becomes available, on the 1st of July, we'll need to give a deposit of £1 million. Now don't tell me how, brother, we can't do it. Don't even say that to me. Don't say we can't do it. Say we can, inshallah. Inshallah. We can. We will, inshallah. Inshallah. Did you know this place was coming on sale? It's on sale. Is it in public domain? No. Is it being sold by an estate agent? No. It's a private sale. Why did the owners of that building come to me saying, hey guys, you're looking for a mosque? Here is a place, take it. Why? Because Allah guided their hearts to us. So my brothers and sisters, invest in the positivity of what Allah provides for you. Every step you take every day is an opportunity. Never think it's, no, I can't do it. You can. If a black man can become president of America, you can do anything. I'm talking about Barack Obama. Wallahi, anything is possible. Anything is possible. Hey, dream big. Inshallah, we'll become successful in this world and in the hereafter. To finish off, قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ زَكَّاهَا. Invest in the goodness. Because if you do, you'll be successful. وَقَدْ خَابَ مَنْ دَسَّاهَا. Those who allow impurities to dominate them, those who bury their souls under the depth of garbage and darkness, they will be unsuccessful. And we are not the people who bury our souls in the depth of darkness and garbage. We allow our souls to imbue itself with the goodness that Allah has given. Inshallah. May Allah make it possible that we become a people who invest in the goodness of our soul. My brothers and sisters, after prayers, do stay, don't go anywhere. About the mosque, about the buying and the purchase, I've got a few very important announcements to make. So all of you, straight after Salah, please don't go anywhere. Make dua, inshallah. Ya Arhamur Rahimin, Ya Akramul Akrameen. Accept our prayers, Ya Allah. Accept our sacrifices, Ya Allah. Accept, Ya Arhamur Rahimin, our efforts to buy a masjid for you, Ya Rabb. Ya Arhamur Rahimin, we have found a space, we have negotiated, we've agreed on a price, and we are all together in order to buy a place. If you don't accept it, Ya Allah, we can't do anything. So we ask you and we beg you to accept it, Ya Allah. Accept this place as a masjid, Ya Allah. Accept this place as a place of worship, Ya Allah. Accept this place as a place of benefit, Ya Allah. Accept this place as a place of education, Ya Allah. Accept this place so that it can be a beneficial beacon for the entire society, Ya Allah. Ya Arhamur Rahimin, Ya Akramul Akramin. It can be a center for our children, Ya Allah. It can be a center for our communities, Ya Allah. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم. Ya Arhamur Rahimin, forgive us our sins, Ya Allah. Forgive us our shortcomings, Ya Allah. Forgive us our shortcomings, Ya Allah. Forgive us, Ya Arhamur Rahimin. Have blessings on us, Ya Arhamur Rahimin. Forgive our loved ones who have passed away, Ya Allah. Have mercy on their souls, Ya Allah. Protect our families, Ya Allah. Give long life and good health to our parents, Ya Allah. Ya Arhamur Rahimin, give shifa from your shifa for those of us who are not well, Ya Allah. Ya Arhamur Rahimin, Ya Akramul Akramin, free the world from troubles and turmoils, Ya Allah. Free the world from troubles and turmoils, Ya Allah. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون فاذكروني أذكركم واشكروا لي ولا تكفرون والله يعلم ما تصنعون. أقم الصلاة.